Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey.
We're about to see. I don't see my hairline's fucked. I don't have many haircuts left. Don't fuck this up. I got maybe like 10 haircuts in my whole life left. I can't be wasting them. That's I asked. They were like, "Yo, you want to get your haircut for this episode?" And I was like, "Yeah, but if I fuck it up, it's like I got on my hand how many I got left. So whatever." What's your name?
AJ.
Thank you so much for doing this, man.
Of course, man.
And thank you. Oh, I'm going to be spinning around, but just know I'm talking to you the whole time. We're in Frank's Chop Shop in Rochester.
Frank's Chop Shop, Rochester, 127 East Ave, Rochester, New York. Just opened last May 2022.
You were giving me the history of this shit.
The history, it's not too long back. Me and my partner Graham were going to Yams Day 2019 in New York City. And we wanted to get some drinks before, so we went to a bar on the Lower East Side. Had too many drinks and walked by the barbershop. And we've been fans of the barbershop since we were little kids. They made a little magazine. We collected the magazines and never really could afford a $50 haircut back then. And we banged on the window until they would come give us a haircut. We paid $100 for a cut, and now we own a barbershop here in Rochester.
So you knew about it when you were a kid and shit?
Yeah, we've probably been following the chop shop since it's been open, like 15, 20 years.
Do you remember your first memory of it?
Of the barbershop, the main memory, I bought a hat when I really couldn't afford it. It was probably like an $80 hat, Frank's Chop Shop hat. I wore it for years, and that was like, it's crazy to think about buying a hat from someone, and then it's like, comes full circle.
Yeah, because I was asking you in the beginning, I was like, do you cut hair? Like, do you have any connection to this
Definitely
shit?
not. Maybe that's an angel.
Yeah, exactly. You're the so you just did this because you wanted to be part of the history.
Pretty much. I mean, hopefully we believe in it, and it's going to make some money too, and we're going to grow as a team and build a team of barbers and try to get them to cut in other cities. There's 4 other shops. There's 3 in Japan, and the original one's Lower East Side, Manhattan. There was one in LA. I don't know if they're reopening or not yet, but they closed during the pandemic.
How did one happen in Rochester?
We just kind of got that haircut that night before the concert, and the next day he texted us and was like, let's get together, get some drinks and talk, and kind of offered us to bring one to Rochester.
So that's awesome. I'm glad to hear about that. But what's your, do you want to give, your introduction?
Me, I'm Corbin. I'm from Rochester, New York. I'm 33, about to be 34.
All right, give your weight. No, I'm just kidding.
Blue eyes. I have been into hip-hop and music, clothing, fashion for, my whole life, since I was a little kid. About 5 years ago, I opened a sneaker store called Capacity here also on Park Ave, and that's been going good. That gave me the opportunity to meet a lot of new people, and bring a lot of events and hip-hop artists and other types of artists to the store. Some people from the town and some people from other places all over the world. It's pretty cool to have both now, because they kind of go together. Haircuts and clothes and shoes, you kind of need all 3.
So being part of hip hop without being
Definitely.
an artist.
Definitely.
We were sitting in the car, you, me, Mark, and we were like, oh, we get to all be almost professional fans in our own
definitely.
way.
I am a big fan of a lot of people I work with, and a lot of people I've met become good friends.
That's such a real thing. People who I don't want to talk to, it almost would come in disingenuous with this. You only really want to work with people you have a good connection with.
It's not fun. Nothing goes good if you're not in the mood with someone. You gotta connect somewhere.
Yeah,
you don't have to be best friends or like the same things, but if there's a common interest, there's a lot you can do with just small common interests.
We were talking about the events and shit, concerts. And putting, like, the money's cool. Like, making money from events is awesome. But if you're working with people you don't want to enjoy, like, you were talking about with concerts. You want to do concerts with people you want to see. Like, what type of life is that? Like,
Yeah, it's just like when it's only for the money, it's not as interesting. You're not going to make as many friends. And you're not going to experience things the way you should or could, I guess, in my opinion. I don't really do it for the money. I'm kind of here, like we were saying in the car, to like bring opportunity to other people.
yeah.
With the shoe store, there's a lot of opportunity for local people to sell their things that they might not want anymore. We offer sneaker consignment, so we sell shoes for people for them to make an income. And
Do you in the car you were saying like, oh, I could have done like A&R, I could have been this. Did you know what you wanted to do in music? Was owning like being a business owner what your like path was?
From like 18 to mid 20s, 25 maybe, 26, I wanted to be in music. I wanted to somehow find a way, whether it's selling clothes to rappers, rolling weed for rappers, whatever I had to do to like just be on tour, meet new people, connect with people, show people what I could do for them. And I tried it. Like I was telling you, I've been on a couple tours.
As a professional weed roller?
One tour, 26 cities, 30 days. Pretty much just rolled weed.
Are you a good ass roller?
All day. No, I'm not even that good. I was just at the right spot at the right time.
You see those fucking joints and shit that they roll? They look like AK-47s. Those like
There's a whole contest
professional.
now, I think, on High Times.
But why would you even like? I don't even want to smoke that shit.
Nah, it's just for fun.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's like a sandcastle.
Yeah.
How'd you get the fucking professional rolling job?
I was on tour with Emilio Rojas, who's from here.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
he
he's
went
from here.
Yep.
That's
He
crazy.
then went on tour with Dizzy Wright from, I think, Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And I went on that tour with them. Originally, I was just picking out outfits and helping Emilio create an image. Then they invited me on that tour as basically a stylist position. And it ended up not being needed. He kind of just wanted to wear what he wanted to wear, so I was there. And I just started rolling weed, and they said, can you roll weed for us while we're on stage and then just bring it out to us? And yeah, that's what it was.
So you just had how many roll joints do you think or blunts did you roll a night?
Dizzy Wright's definitely a heavy smoker. box of blunts a night for sure.
You ever see the picture of like Snoop Dogg's ashtray, and it's all the joints, and they have like one hit taken off of it, like 2 hits taken off of it.
Smokes like 100 blunts a day, but only hits them all once.
Literally, it's like he's like, oh, I smoke an ounce a day, but he's probably actually smoking like a quarter of it. Again, it's so funny. I saw Chief Keef once. I've seen him a couple times, but he had a blunt roller. And I always wondered, like, how does someone get that job? Like, you would just point at this dude, and he'd roll him up.
Getting paid minimum wage back when I didn't have things going on, I definitely would have done it any time of day.
So how did that lead to, like, hey, it was good meeting you, man. How did that lead to, like, all right, being a successful entrepreneur? You fucking rolling blunts, you fucking just doing whatever to get into the industry.
Networking. I really pride myself on, like, connecting dots and making sure the line in between the two dots are really strong. So when I chose to just take it into like a professional business side, I was selling stuff. So I just kind of connected those people that I was on tour with, the people that I was meeting. I was selling them a pair of shoes here and there. I'd send them stuff. They'd come here and buy stuff. Just kind of rolled into that. Got in a lot of trouble doing something I shouldn't have done, and I opened up a store, and where I am today.
You said you got in a lot of trouble?
Yeah, I used to do stupid stuff, sell weed, anything you can think of, really. And
Yeah.
got in trouble, got out of trouble, and started selling shoes for real. Now I can pretty much just pay my bills by selling shoes, which feels good. I don't have to do anything, look over my shoulder, worry about anything.
Did you just have a crazy collection? How was selling shoes like the thing you were going to start doing?
Yeah, definitely had a crazy collection. Probably like 20, 40 pairs when I opened the store, though, not a lot. I opened the store with one business partner. He lent me $9,000 for my idea. 50-50 partnership. Didn't work out. I bought him out the year after, and now I'm the whole owner of Capacity.
How long ago was that?
That was 4 years ago. We've been open a little over 5 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, so that is, the crazy thing with Capacity was like when that happened, I didn't really have extra money.
Shamil, does it sound all right? All right, cool.
And I was.
You might have to talk into the mic a little bit.
I was kind of struggling when I bought my partner out. I spent all the money I made to own it myself and not have to worry about things that were not good for business.
Yeah.
And for that next year, it was pretty difficult, like I was saying. And then the pandemic hit, and everything closed down, obviously. Everyone was pretty sketchy to go outside in the beginning. But when people did start going out, everything was still closed. And since I have no employees, I was able to be open legally. So for about 2.5 months, I was the only shoe store open in Rochester, Buffalo, or Syracuse. No malls, no local stores, no resale stores. There actually weren't any other resale stores.
Because you had no employees.
Yeah, just because I was going to be there by myself and keeping my business alive, basically. They gave permission to those type of businesses to stay open. Or to reopen earlier, I should say. And business was going amazing. I was selling 2 pairs of shoes a day to going to selling 20 pairs of shoes a day. And it was just an amazing time in the business, and it's got us to where we were over there now.
Yeah, what happened in the shoe market? Because I feel like things really changed with like the online. Was it what, like StockX was the thing that really?
StockX, Go, Flight Club, Stadium Goods. There's tons of marketplaces.
Because it wasn't as.
No, about 5 years ago, they didn't have those marketplaces. It was just little boutiques and shops.
People thought, what was it? Figuring out bots and shit. I'm so ignorant to the
fact. That's all new too, but yeah, I mean, it's not part of the sneaker culture at all. It's just for making money. There's no like sneakerheads botting. They might be now because it's the only way to get shoes. But the sneaker game just totally changed once the online market came.
For the worse?
For the culture, yeah. I mean, for people to make money, it's obviously a huge billion-dollar market now. Just reselling shoes.
You see those kids who are like 12 years old.
Yeah.
I remember like years ago, who was that wicked famous kid who would sell shoes to like,
Kicks.
Yeah.
Benjamin Kicks, he's like kind of tied in with DJ Khaled. So he had the in for sure, but he was the first one selling 1,000 pairs of the same shoe. Pretty crazy, making $20,000 on a Saturday.
Yeah. Because that was, I feel like, all right, for me, I was a casual sneaker fan, but with the bots and shit, it really did like ruin it for me, like the enjoyment of it.
Inaccessible in the wrong way. Back in the day, you really were trying to obtain shoes that were hard to get. Now they're just hard to get for the wrong reasons. It's people with the most money and capital just buy it all.
And I think it's hard. It's cool that your shop has thrived, especially in the last 5 years, because I feel like when that hit, a lot of the like sneaker shops I went to would shut down and everything.
Another part of the pandemic was crazy was the looting. We had to, we watched a local, like it's called Villa. It's a local sneaker store on the East Coast. We watched them get broken into by like 100 people at once. We drove by when we heard it was happening, saw it happening. I called my family. We came to Capacity and emptied the store out.
Did you have any looting at your store? Like anyone break in?
I've had about 9 or 10 break-in attempts since I've been open.
Any successful?
Before, during, and after. No one's ever gotten in. Every time we go, it gets a little. What's that?
Didn't Adam weld your door?
Yeah. Shout out Adam for making the crazy
He did my sign.
gate.
Oh, yeah, all right.
He's a super welder around here.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
My sign.
He travels around and welds shit, like, all around the country, right? Yeah. That's what's so cool. All right, so, like, think about what you're doing, and even just owning this place as a fan. Think about what I get to do. Think about him traveling around welding. I don't know, like when you're a kid or when you're younger, even like in your early 20s, and you don't know, you're like, there's 3 career paths. Like you really don't know what you're going to do. You really do just find your passion and work towards it.
I chose my passion to be a job, I would be like a corporate weed guy because that's my favorite thing is to smoke weed.
So you feel like you didn't follow your passion?
Definitely not. I didn't see myself, not that I wouldn't be an entrepreneur of some type, but I always thought I would own my own businesses. But I never thought I would live the rest of my life reselling sneakers. I knew that would be a platform.
You didn't love sneakers like that.
I love sneakers, but as it got going, the love for sneakers fell out the door. It became more of just reselling to make money. And that's not really what I love. I like collecting. I like bartering and trading. The sneaker store has a whole nother, basically another aspect of the store. We do a lot of trading cards, toys, any types of collectibles, comic books. And that's what I'm passionate about. When someone comes in and wants to trade 50 comics for a box of Pokemon cards or sports cards from 1980 for a new box, that's what I want for the community, is somewhere to buy, sell, and trade, not just resell you and take your money.
Do you still feel passionate about that?
Yeah, that's where I'm trying to expand my business.
Not shoes at all.
Shoes is a great revenue stream.
But I just mean passion-wise.
Passion-wise, it's like trading. It's like buying something for 50 cents at a yard sale and then bringing it in the shop and charging $2 for it. And someone comes in and gives you a $5 toy for it. Then sell that $5 toy for $10 or trade it for a $20 toy. You know what I mean? And just kind of build it up. And that's really what the store is. We started with 20 or 40 pairs of shoes, 10 Supreme shirts, some accessories. And now there's 200 pairs of shoes, thousands and thousands of toys, collectible cards.
The toy thing's huge.
Yeah, it's really cool, too.
I'm going to be honest.
Community, out of all the things I've done, the people, the nicest, most genuine people are the collectible people. That collects Pokemon cards and collect Funko Pops.
How many people who have Pokemon cards know how to play Pokemon? That's what I want to know.
It's like 10 to 20%.
That's why I loved Pokemon as a kid. I never knew how. Did you know how to play Pokemon, the actual game?
I definitely played as a kid.
You knew, Shamil, did you know the game? Nah, I just like looking at the animals and shit.
So
What's your For You page on Instagram look like? Like
My
what's
what?
your For You page where it shows you all the
all the
content?
things you like, it's sneakers, weed, mostly weed and wax. That's like when I'm passionate, when I take an hour off a day from working. I want to just smoke the best weed in the world.
Yeah.
Shout out 40. I'm smoking Squints, Wendy and Liz.
I haven't tried them yet. I gotta try them.
Shout out 40, Westside Gun, Isaac Paleo on the artwork.
Shout out Isaac.
Yeah, he's sick. We all love him around here.
He did a drawing on the podcast.
That's
And I have it hanging up. It's just like markers on a piece of white paper, but that shit's
funny.
like
Little stuff from these artists, bro, that blow up is the coolest shit.
it's I love that they're all good dudes. Like I was after the Wes interview, I was in the studio with him till 6 a.m. Like he's just a good dude. And he's the dude I didn't even realize that toys were so fucking popular until I saw Wes's collection. His collection's crazy.
Yeah, I sold him a couple things. I sold Westside the Supreme Mortal Kombat video game machine.
Oh,
Stand-up
really?
Arcade machine.
He has that down in Atlanta, I think. Yeah.
Like,
Where did
his
we
toy collection's crazy.
Where did we meet for the first time?
We met somewhere with Thousand Words of Rome, but then I think I met you again at the Rapper's First Choice event you were at.
Oh, at the Benny's birthday thing?
Yeah, we met there, and then at one of the events at the Buffalo Kids Gallery.
Okay.
So we met a couple times. We never really chopped it up too much, but we've definitely been around each other.
Yeah, it's funny. I feel like it's cool that we got to do this when Mark do it together. I didn't know it was you at first, but then when I saw you walk in, I was like, oh, I know this. Yeah, I know this dude. It was just, that's cool. The thing I do like about, did you lose your passion with music like you did for shoes?
I never really, I love music. I listen to music all day, every day, all kinds of music. I'm not picky. I'll go to any concert. I've been to country concerts, rap concerts, rock concerts. I just like the experience. I like the energy. I like backstage. I like the idea of, sneaking backstage. That was my favorite thing to do as a kid. Like,
Yeah.
me and my little brother like met part of G Unit, and like we've done it all. Been to every concert, and now it's like we're welcome backstage. It's crazy. Everywhere we go, we're like, oh hey, what's up, bro? Good
Yeah.
to see you again. They're like, oh come on, let's go. And like between shoes, weed, and just like friends and family, bro, like we've done it all, and we just want to like offer stuff to the community now.
But you didn't have a you're saying you didn't have a passion in music
I wasn't really
like
too
that.
passionate about music as like career path, besides like styling people and clothing aspect of it, which I think I should have stuck to, because there's some people out there making crazy money, picking out clothes for a little baby and people like that to wear. They're making $500,000 a year.
From styling?
Oh yeah, easy, if not more. And then you got people like Pusha T who are on a whole nother level of fashion and music. And like those people have full-on careers making huge money just styling them, picking their clothes out, picking their shoes out.
What percentage of people do you think style themselves versus have stylists?
Hip-hop artists?
Yeah.
I think it's probably like 50-50. Some of them want to do their thing, and some of them don't know what to do and trust someone else. There's a lot of aspects of hip-hop where you can have someone else do something for you, you know? You can sign to a record label, and they'll do all the things for you. Or you could do it independent and do whatever you choose.
Can you look at someone and tell if they have a stylist or not? Like, this motherfucker's just dressing himself.
Definitely. Especially because I do it for a living.
Yeah.
You know what the genuine, like, when someone saves up their money to buy a pair of shoes, it's a lot different than someone that, like, just has it and wastes it. So, yeah, you can definitely tell. Some people, like, will get you, but most of the time, I think you could tell.
Do you think it's so funny with shoes? I always judge someone on their shoes, but I always don't know, like, sometimes I don't know, like, what colorways are the rarest shit. Do you
When I was younger, you had to judge people on their shoes. They weren't about it if they weren't. But the older I got, bro, I wear old shoes every day. I just put these on for the interview, bro. I'll go through the same shoe. I'll wear the same shoe for a year straight.
Yeah. How many personal pairs do you have now?
I actually just sold a bunch of pairs just to make space, basically. But I probably have like 100, 150 pairs.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm still definitely a big sneakerhead.
Yeah.
It's just not something like I like am giving up my extra time for. I'm not waiting in lines for shoes anymore. I've done everything. I waited in line. The biggest shoe recently that came out was the Orange Lobsters, and they do like color variations each year. Me and Graham, who's my partner at the Chop Shop, and my brother and mother waited in line in Harvard Square. We were just talking about Harvard.
Oh, at what Concepts?
At Concepts for the original Blue Lobsters, and I was the first person in the world to purchase them.
Really? I almost went to that drop, actually.
And
You were the first person in the
that's
world.
Like how far me and Graham go back, that's probably like... Yeah,
You might have to cut a little bit on
10
top.
years
This is
ago.
looking crazy as hell. Yeah, yeah. Thank
More
you.
than
That's
10
just.
years ago.
It does look like a young Albert Einstein. I just got the
I
fro.
think it looks good.
What are you gonna do? Do you do anything with your hair? You don't give a fuck.
No, I don't. I wear hats. Shout out, what hat am I wearing? Astor Club.
Yo, hats also are blowing up now.
That's bigger than shoes now.
The fucking
Hats are
hat.
crazy.
What is that?
I'm addicted to hats. Any Yankees hat with a cool patch on it, I gotta get it.
You think you have like an addictive personality?
Oh yeah, bro. If you come to the crib, you'll see. I just get in the zone with something, and I have to be the best.
For collecting.
Yeah.
Were you a collector as a kid? Like, did you?
Yeah. I've been a reseller too since I was 10 years old.
Really?
Babies,
What was the first thing you sold?
Beanie Babies, Pokemon cards, sports cards.
It was
I
just
was
you.
like doing trade shows when I was 12, 15 years old.
So it was you were the like it's
It was
funny,
definitely a
but you don't see it as a passion.
No, not anymore. It definitely was. I wanted to open a sneaker store for my whole life since I was a little kid.
Your passion now is weed, like what, like
Like weed,
hash,
and like giving other
and-
people opportunities. Like opening a barbershop, I don't cut hair, so it's just one more chair where someone else can sit and make money and learn and grow. And we do the art gallery. So every other Frank's Chop Shop is really small because they're in major cities. They are smaller than just our front area, basically. Then we have another 1,000 square feet, so we opened an art gallery in the back. And we do a First Friday event every month for a new artist. And we got artists locked in for the next few months. We've had an artist every month since we opened. And that's another big aspect where we're trying to help people. Right now we have a teen photo program, and we let them use the space. 3 other artists took photography lessons, kind of, with a big photographer from here, Good News, Christopher Good News. He does a lot of hip-hop photography, does like sport photography, a lot of local events and stuff. He's the one who basically set up the show. So it's pretty cool. We've had a few local shows, a few graffiti artists, lots of different art. We're going to bring some bigger artists coming later on this year.
Yeah.
A couple from New York City. We just locked in 1,000 Words to do an event.
Shout out 1,000 Words.
Yeah.
Shout out Rome. Great
He's gonna
dude.
have like a photo gallery where everything will be for sale for people that aren't able to buy stuff from people like him, where it's really limited and it's only at shows, it's only at his events. It'll be here on sale, on display, and it's just one of the cool ones. I'm trying to think if there's any other cool ones like that. The cafe season
Oh,
pass.
shout out Billy.
Yep, Billy Esco. He is doing an event in March.
Oh, word?
Yep, he's doing a gallery show here. It's going to be based off the hats.
He's so talented.
He's one of them. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
definitely-
and he can do anything.
He's really good at what he does. Art, designing clothing, hats, music. He's an all-around guy.
Where did you find this newfound passion of wanting to help others instead?
Where did I find it? Like, I found it, like, within myself. I feel like I was, like, doing things through the sneaker store while I was making an income and paying bills and trying to, like, make a living. I was doing events for free. So everyone else charges for everything. I don't think I've done an event I've charged for since I've opened capacity. We do free events here. We do Saturday swaps with people that are local clothing brands, resellers, vintage clothing. They come, they set up in the back, have 5-6 hours to chop it up, talk clothes, shoes, art, and sell stuff. And that was a pretty good thing we did. We had the after party for Mark's event here. It was amazing. Vito, Jay Black, a lot of local artists. Who else was there? Horrible with names.
Yeah.
Tons of people were there. And then everyone came out from the Harmony House. Shout out again, Mark Rocks. Exotic Roots, sorry. Sick event. Came here, did some like rap stuff, you know.
But there wasn't a moment that you were like, all right, I do want to use my quote unquote powers for good. You know, it was more just
I grew up around really,
maturing over
really
time.
good people. My parents are both huge community people. They do a lot for us and they do a lot for their family, but they do a lot for the community. And growing up, if you just see something, I just posted something earlier. It's like if you play basketball every day, you'll get better at basketball. If you invest every day, you'll get better at investing. If you just are around good stuff, you're gonna get good at stuff. So
Yeah.
like, from being a kid and being around my parents who are both entrepreneurs, I learned that. Being around my brothers, I learned different things. Being around my friends, I learned different things. And money doesn't do it for me, I guess. I'd rather have a new toy. Like, I'd rather go buy a Murakami pillow for $500 than have $500 in my pocket to just, waste on a bottle at the bar.
Yeah.
I've done it all. It just doesn't do it. It's when someone comes in the store and buys something, if they can't afford it and you know they really want it and you're not coming out of pocket and you could drop the price a little, like things like that make me happy.
Yeah.
Giving someone a little deal. Like Angel, if you see someone who needs a haircut, I'll do it for free. Can't do every cut for free, but we try to help everyone.
Yeah. I think that you were talking about, like, if you do whatever all the time, just being around and being a good person and building connections. Like we were talking, being like the person that connects the dots. You need those people in life because some people just don't want to go out and meet new people, explore, like, whenever anyone asks me how do you get any of the shit, 90% is just showing up. Just showing up and being a good person, be a alright hang. Like,
I mean, and if you have some type of ability where you can help someone, that's just your foot in the door.
yeah.
Even like you're saying, with having no skills in the beginning, you can still find a way in the door. There's no real rules in the world or limitations. Like, you can be poor and go to a rich event and have no money and still be drinking and smoking and partying with the rich people. We've all seen people.
Well, that's...
We've been places we weren't necessarily welcome, and then you feel like you're the brother of the people there by the end of the night. That's when you know you're doing something good or you have something to offer. It doesn't have to be money. You can offer, if you're good at cracking jokes and people like hearing your jokes, and every time someone has an event, you go do stand-up for free, you're helping. There's lots of ways to help you.
That's my favorite thing about comedians is like, and Shamil, you can relate to this, like the craziest people, the people you never think you would be friends with because they're working so hard at the same thing you are. I've made friends, I guess with rap too is like that. It doesn't really matter who you are, it's just cool seeing people with passion.
Yeah, exactly.
No matter what that is, I'm going to fuck with you if you have a passion for something.
Yeah, just belief in something. Like just
In something, yeah.
falling in the pool and like just trusting your beliefs and just like, even without goals in the beginning, goals are important, but you want to just get in there and you want to do something, just do it. Don't hold back.
Take yourself seriously. I think a lot of people are lost is because they're just not taking their time seriously. And that's fine. But just be like, all right, whatever I'm going to do it with purpose.
Yeah. Angel will tell you about doing it with purpose. Like, he comes to work every day. He's one of the hardest working people. To me, it's just about consistency. You don't have to be good at something. If you just keep practicing, keep doing it over and over and over, you'll get good. And sometimes the people that are the best at something slack off. And for example, like if someone doesn't get their hair cut or gets their hair cut with the same barber over and over, and then that barber stops being available, they're still going to need a haircut. So that barber lost an opportunity, and then that opens a lane for a new barber. So at other barbershops, like in New York City, they can't accept walk-ins because they're too busy. But here we're able to. It's a different community. Like, it's not just like a bougie shop where you're not welcome. We cut everyone's hair. We cut everyone's hair. Angel will take care of anyone. And same with the other barbers. We have a whole team of everyone that's hardworking, wants a future in barber world, wants a future for the shop, wants to work together and grow things. That's really just being consistent. It's so important. Just going to work every day, studying what you want to become better at. Just read about it.
Yeah.
Go to museums if you like things. If you like art, go to every art museum. If you want to open a barbershop, go to every barbershop you walk by, walk in, asking questions. If you want to open a sneaker store, come to Capacity and show me you're passionate, and I'll help you.
It's really funny. A piece of advice I heard was someone who's like, if you don't know your passion, look at what you take pictures of.
Definitely.
Like, look at what you take pictures of. And when I was starting the podcast and I didn't know who I wanted to interview, I was just either interviewing comedians and stuff. I looked, and it was all rap concerts. That's all I went to. Those were all the pictures I took.
Definitely.
And that, like, really, when I think about that, I'm like, oh, shit, that inspires. You don't have to know what you're going to do. You just have to have the purpose with it and the consistency, as you said.
I guess then something, you triggered it a little. Something I'm passionate about is being somewhere I'm not supposed to be, but not in a bad way. Like, not something criminal, not something harmful, but like backstage at a concert is a great example. It's a little more energy than you'll ever experience if you've never been to a big concert and backstage. It's endless opportunities. The backstage at a concert, you can just continuously network, and it's all people doing things to make other people better, to make music better, to make the community better. So next time you're at a concert and there's a gate and it says don't go through it, just go through it. Say hi to someone. Tell them you know someone there. And I'm sure you might not get through the first time, but they're not going to kick you out. They're just going to tell you go watch the show where you're supposed to. You're not going to get in trouble if you just don't harm people, don't cause problems. You can definitely cross those lines and get to places you've never been and never thought you'd be able to be. And that's exactly how I made it where I am, was just jumping over a fence and telling someone I know the guy on stage and them believing me and then being able to talk to everyone.
And being a good dude, because don't do
That's
the
the main
second
part.
part of that advice is don't do that and be a shithead.
Yeah.
Do that and be.
Definitely don't sneak backstage and go right to the liquor or right to the weed.
No.
Someone's going to notice. The person
Yeah.
who paid for that liquor is going to know you're not supposed to be there, and they're going to take it from you.
I followed Conway outside of a show in like 2017, which was dumb, but I knew I was a good dude, and I just wanted to tell him how he inspired me. And that's literally how Conway knew me. That's how the whole Griselda thing got started. Like,
Yeah, by taking a chance.
I was scrolling through my Instagram, I was like, who the fuck is this nerdy looking motherfucker with all
And that's
these
what it
dudes?
is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
You know yourself, bro.
and be a good.
Just being real.
Yeah, and
To
if
fake it, you wouldn't have made it.
yeah,
You could have got a crazy edge up every day and had the craziest presentation and wear $1,000 sneakers. I don't think you would have made it.
no, this is the first time I'm ever getting
The
a.
real you, bro, is cool. Like, people like it. We appreciate what you're doing.
That means a lot, and I think I appreciate that. But I'm saying it for anyone listening. Like, that's how you should feel about yourself. Like, people are gonna tell if you don't like what yourself in a certain way, and you're trying to do something else. Like, you can tell in the energy. You can tell when someone's lying about their shit and their music, or when they're joking about shit they haven't. It's
If
like,
you've seen it, and if you've done things in life, and when you hear a rap song, you know they're not really doing it. Like, a very select few are really doing it or really done it. The
Yeah.
other ones are marketing geniuses, and there's things people want to see and hear that you just have to say and do, and they will believe you.
yeah. And I want to go back to the consistency thing too, because I had a point I wanted to bring up about like Drake, and I don't think Drake's listened to this podcast, and I actually enjoy Drake, but I don't think he's the best rapper, and I don't think anyone in the whole world would
Get
say.
him to listen to it.
We'll get him to
He'll
listen.
listen to
No one would say he's the best rapper in the world. No one would. But he's the most. He doesn't have to be, because he outworks
Consistent
everyone
in
else.
Every aspect of rap and the lyrics.
It's like Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's not the funniest comedian in the world, but he's the hardest working, so that's why he's the most successful.
There's a lot of people that would agree with me, and there's a lot of people that wouldn't, but I've always said that the bars aren't how you make it. You know, your image is really important in the industry, which is sad to say. It's not rap so people get dressed. It's rap so you hear them making songs about where they're from, how they live, what they do, what they wear, which is great, but when you start lying about it, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not listening.
Yeah. Do you feel that with clothes especially? Like
Yeah.
clothes
It all
and
comes
shoes,
down
you're
to
like,
clothes for me, like when I'm like judging someone, I'm not a very judgmental person.
Mhm.
But in like the situation of like, are you dressed good as a rapper? I don't think any of these rappers are really that well dressed.
who do you think the best dressed rapper is?
Best dressed rapper? I mean, probably like some Pusha T. Like he's really putting together fashionable outfits, not just like expensive clothes on top of expensive clothes on top of expensive clothes, which is a great look. But if everyone does that, it gets like played out. So if you're wearing designer shoes with streetwear, and then you're wearing a designer hat, and you're wearing a ski mask, it doesn't really all go together every time. You might look good for an interview. I mean, for a music video.
Yeah.
Those outfits are made for that, but on day-to-day basis, if you're dressing like a fucking maniac and like Future was wearing like a face mask thing that was like the size of two football helmets in the cloud and you couldn't see his face, it's like it's just a little overboard.
Yeah. What makes something like good style? Like what makes Pusha T dress well?
Honestly, I mean, I base that off of like fashion, like real fashion, you know, overseas, New York City, like fashion shows where they're wearing things that fit and flow together and look good in pictures. Like sometimes you might wear really cool clothes and expensive clothes and you can't get a good picture because you just look crazy. So you really just gotta. It's about putting it together. Again, it's just my opinion. Some people like dressing crazy.
Yeah.
You walk around New York City, you see everything. You can't really judge anyone because they could just judge you too.
And wearing shit that fits. I hate people.
Yeah, right
It's
now,
hard.
One thing, I'm not knocking anyone, but the big skater pants, like the fucking size 50 waist with a fucking belt tying you, like choking your waist out, and you got these crazy pants on. Like, I don't even know how they can walk in.
I'm a 46.
Yeah, but you fit them. It's like me wearing your pants.
That would be crazy, yeah. I'm a 46. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
There's no way you're a
I'm a 46.
Big guy.
I'm a big guy. I'm a 46. I mean,
waste.
dope as hell. I appreciate it,
It
man.
really does look good.
It looks great. I haven't been able to look at it the whole time. Oh, did I get the cord stuck?
You gotta get a video tag it so you can repost it, Ninja.
Oh.
That way. Which way is it going? He just spun around and tied himself in a chair.
Damn, you really did, Sam? Nah, Angel, that was the wrong way. Here, I got you. Hold on. You gotta go. No, we do have to go.
Pull it real fast, the cord will spin around at 100 miles an hour.
I have to get up? That's fine.
Oh, no, this shit.
I can just unplug the cord. Wait, don't pull on it. Just don't pull on it. Don't pull on the cord.
Grab it. Grab it.
We good?
It's this part right here.
Alright. And like that, we're good. I do love the haircut though. This is how, see, it's hard. You don't know how a live haircut's gonna go. Perfect. Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
What's a TV show where they do the interviews in the barbershop with LeBron James?
Isn't that called like barbershop or some shit?
I don't think it's called barbershop.
LeBron's got one of them man pocket dresses.
The Shop.
The shop. That's what this was
Let me
like.
think about it.
This is a very DIY
Yeah.
version of the shop. This is cool though. What I do love about this podcast is it can be anything.
Yeah, there's no rules. I've watched tons of yours, and it gets wild.
It gets wild. We
could get
do it
wild,
in.
but we don't need to.
We do it in any location. Do you get wild? All right. Are you a collector of like dab rigs, like really expensive glass
I'm not
and
a collector
shit?
of rigs. I'm a solid Puffco user.
Okay,
Shout out
yeah.
Puffco. I have a couple pieces of glass. It's not really my thing. I do collect like smoke stuff per se. There's lots of like novelty, like the dab pen things, like the things you scoop the wax up with. It's like super high end shit.
Yeah, those like pens that heat
Definitely
up for
got
you and
shit.
shit. Yeah.
I'm definitely got a wax corner at the crib.
That's
All the best wax in the world.
But
and
you
pens
could.
and shit.
I didn't realize how expensive those rigs could be. Like I was smoking out of a $15,000 one, and that wasn't even that expensive. They were saying compared to
It
others.
is wild. There's some good glass blowers around here too. Mark definitely knows a few.
Are you into like the hash? What's that special hash called? The hash. That's
Rosin.
rosin. That's the like.
Yeah. Shout out Jamos Primo. He's from Rochester. He's blown up.
Man, thank you so much.
You name it, we're on it. Like, we love smoking.
We were
I'm more of a
at.
flower guy, honestly.
All right.
I'll try it.
Oh, that like old school FK. But I love the. We were just at Archives, shout out Archives Labs, and seeing how it was made with the ice water baths and shit. Literally, it's just ice.
I'll ride up the street.
We'll go after. We'll go after.
It was literally like it's just ice water. They just give it an ice bath. You sounded like the fucking no. I was just like, wait. How long have we been going? It has it written. Look at the right on the soundboard. Yes, he doesn't even have the headphones on anymore. 45 minutes, perfect.
Chop and edit it, right?
No, we're just gonna keep this going. No, this is fucked up. We just go how it goes. We just go how it goes. But no, those.
What are you doing in town besides this? What?
I'm just hanging out with Mark. We were just in Detroit. Oh, can you give your Bruiser story?
Oh, shout out Bruiser Brigade.
Shout out Skywalker.
Party Supplies, Danny Brown. My story.
How you met them? Yeah.
My little brother Gavin, he's just a fan of hip hop, and we went to Fool's Gold Day Off. I went to all of them when they were free before it became like a thing, and they were the best concerts ever. Like I saw Virgil DJ there, Ben Trill, and then Heron Preston, before there was Off White. I think Pyrex just started. Like that was one of the coolest things I've ever done was meet and see Virgil.
That is, you met him?
He wasn't anyone yet. Like it wasn't. I was into clothes and he was in music, so it was just someone I crossed paths with. Never got to like experience anything on the fashion side, sadly. But yeah, like we got backstage because of Party Supplies. My brother DM'd him before the show, and dude was like, "Yeah, I'll get you a pass." And then we ended up gave us both passes, and I just remember like hanging out with ASAP Yams, ASAP Rocky. Was drinking Hennessy out of teacups with Danny Brown and Diplo. That was definitely memorable. There's pictures like.
Do you get starstruck anymore?
Definitely, bro. Like, I might like leave the event if I like had the opportunity to meet Jay-Z. Like, I might just get uncomfortable. Maybe not. Like, I might be on point in the moment, but I'm kind of like I'm not gonna leave if I need to be there. But if I'm uncomfortable, like.
Really? Who's made you uncomfortable?
Jay-Z, like, that's the one person I'd love to meet. Because it's motivation. It's just Jay-Z.
Yeah.
But,
you would pick the dinner with Jay-Z over the
bread?
Over the $1 million?
Probably because where I'm at in life right now, there's so much opportunity in life that I feel like I could have something good to say.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything in life.
I take the money.
You take the money. Everything in life is about the connections, though. You never know who you meet, like, 10 years. You ever see someone that helps you?
Like going wherever Jay-Z is, you might walk out of the building and meet someone. You're probably not going to be at the building. You're not supposed to be at that building, so there's probably someone else around Jay-Z that might be interested by you, too. Like, it's not always just meeting Jay-Z. I'm a fan. I'm a Jay-Z. He's my favorite rapper, this, that, and the third. Like, I'd love to meet him.
It's mad.
Run away, but I'd probably be like, whoa.
Yeah.
Definitely a whoa factor.
That would be me with Dave Chappelle, probably. Oh,
yeah,
thank you.
Definitely up there. For comedians, Adam Sandler, I'd be wowed by in person. I heard he's pretty down to earth, but I'd still just freak out.
Yeah, he lives up in Manchester, or he's from Manchester, New Hampshire, where and he like is always up there just wearing his normal ass clothes. That's another one. It doesn't give a fuck. He'll just wear anything.
Yeah, he's definitely one of mine that I'd be like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, you just like I would just need him to like start saying quotes from movies. Like, I'd freak out. I'd be like, yo, bro, just say this.
All right, maybe you should leave if that's started. He would just get. I feel like.
Yeah, but like I'm Jewish, so like Adam Sandler's not a lot of like popular Jews growing up. Adam Sandler was the guy.
Thank you. He was the top 3 most popular Jews. Let's name them.
I don't even know. Some business people. Somebody that owns all the record labels or something.
Fucking.
There's another famous Jew. Someone.
Larry David.
Oh, top of the list. He's over Adam Sandler.
Larry David? David
is Jerry Seinfeld. Number 1. Jerry Seinfeld.
I don't even like Seinfeld that much.
Huge fan.
I'm going to offend Drake and Seinfeld in this podcast.
Larry David. That is, since I was a kid, watching Curb Your Enthusiasm when I wasn't supposed to be with my dad. Like,
oh, yeah.
That's real Jewish shit, bro. That is it. That is, like, my dad is like that. So, like, I saw a lot in Larry David, like, that I would see in my father. So it's just funny, like, the goofiness and the quirkiness of Jews. It's just crazy how real it is. And, like, they really portrayed that. He lives a real...
and that dude's hella rich.
Oh, he's past rich, bro.
He's like fucking close to being a billionaire or some shit. Yeah, and he
if they're
just
close to being a billionaire, they probably got $5 billion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so much. Those
Yeah.
kids are so smart. Like we said, we're talking about Jewish people.
I'm not. I don't want people. Me talking about how wealthy it is has nothing to do with him being Jewish. I just need to put that on camera. That's something I realized though.
Again, it comes to consistency, bro. My dad went to work every day. Jewish people at a point in time had to work a little harder, just like everyone. It's not like they're successful every kind of person. I'm not racist, I'm not prejudiced. I have friends of every ethnicity. It's important to be diverse if you want to be good at business too. Like if you're judgy and you don't like a type of person, you're not going to be successful. Bro. You have to accept everyone for who they are, where they're from, what they believe in. Some stuff doesn't need to be talked as much. But other things, it's all important.
We always talk about that shit. How it's like being. It's just like how like it's just like how are you going? Like I don't get how someone thinks that's a successful way of thinking.
It can't be like it's got to be like something besides it, because it's got to be how people are brought up or something, because we're all the same. If you walk out the door with your eyes blindfolded and you're just talking to people, besides accents, there's no way to tell someone's different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's bigger people, there's smaller.
Unless you're ugly as hell. Then
But like, there's lots of people that are ugly,
just kidding.
and then there's one person in the world that thinks they're not ugly.
Oh, 100. Yeah. Someone
Someone
asked.
that's gonna fall in love with me and you.
Yeah.
Someone that's gonna fall in love with that guy.
I was just being a dickhead.
Yeah, you're good. You're about to catch on.
Fucking shit's gonna be freezing outside. Slipping and sliding off this haircut. I know I want to keep looking at it, but I gotta wait till the podcast is over. Would you ever Would you ever cut your hair all off? Shave your head?
There'd have to be a really good reason.
Would you dreadlock it?
Nah, it's not my thing. I just kind of let it go. It's like, if it gets a little ready, I try to like pull them out myself, keep it a little straight, but it just goes up in a hat 90% of the time.
What?
We haven't got a haircut since I was probably like 20 years old, 10 plus years.
Really?
Like, not even.
And you own a fucking barber shop.
They take care of my beard and stuff.
But that is pretty ironic.
I don't even get it. Yeah, it is.
That is pretty ironic that you own a barber shop. You haven't gotten a
And, like,
haircut in 20
before we started the
years.
barbershop, I probably didn't even get my beard cut for years.
Did you have a crazy beard?
Yeah, like I let it go once in a while.
You looked like a young Santa Claus.
Yeah, I get the Jesus look once in a while with my hair down.
Where's the craziest place you've smoked?
Craziest place I smoked. Gavin, I need help with that. I'm not like I need to be triggered for certain memories. You'd have to like say something, but like concerts.
Or tripped? Are you a mushroom? You said you're not a mushroom guy.
Smoking, like destination smoking, like I don't know. In Puerto Rico? Puerto Rico's sick. Like travel, I bring weed everywhere I go. I won't go somewhere if I can't bring weed.
Oh my God,
Probably
yeah.
around to Puerto Rico for weed. Got every Uber driver high, got every tour guide high. Like, but the coolest places are like with certain people. Like, again, going back to Yams Day, that was a super sick event. Coach, Rome Street's manager.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I've known him since like 2012 at South by Southwest, like again doing music stuff.
Really? Damn.
He literally grabbed my hand, like I snuck all the way up to the front of the stage just as, again, a groupie fan supporting ASAP Yams, supporting the whole ASAP movement. We've always been fans of them. And he just saw me, reached down on 10-foot stage and pulled me up on stage. It was me, him, ASAP Rocky, Tyler the Creator, ASAP Ferg, all just front row on the stage. They were performing. I'm just like smoking weed.
He just grabbed you randomly?
Rolling a blunt. I dropped one, started rolling another one, got a little blunt lit on stage, and the show was over. Smoking backstage, like Drake was there, I think, or something. Rihanna was there.
That's 10 years ago you met Coach.
Yeah, that's my boy. We don't really like work together in any aspect, but we've always seen each other throughout the years. Like he's done things in New York City that I've done with the barbershop and like sneaker stuff, But yeah, we met at South by Southwest. I don't even know who we met through, but we like went to the Ilmore or the Fillmore. I forget what it was called. It was like this private artist, like the party for the artists at South by Southwest, and they had it every night. And we like, everyone was there, like everyone that was performing at 2012 South by Southwest. That was like the biggest year of South by Southwest. Came to this party. It was like catered by like famous people's chefs and like free Tito's. Like everyone had a bottle of champagne and Tito. Like one of those big baller parties. And that's where like I kind of hung out with him, smoked weed, and met him, and going to New York City, doing stuff, seeing him. He's a good guy. And now he works with Rome. He's really, like if I had to say I was proud of someone from like that I met that long ago, he's really doing it. He's really lit.
That's amazing. I didn't even realize. That's beautiful because he's an amazing dude who's always been so helpful, helped me out in situations. Is the sound okay?
Yeah, I'm not talking in the mic.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a super consistent, hardworking person. That's my bro. I appreciate everything he's doing. Rome's lit. They're lit. I think they're like European tour or shit. That's just wild to like see where we came from.
Yeah.
We were just like kids at South by Southwest 10, 15 years ago. It's crazy.
How do you see where like you came from? Like when you were selling your first pair of sneakers to where you are?
There selling clothes.
Like where do you?
I brought extra hats and shoes to sell to rappers at South by Southwest. Like I was just there. Like I met so many people that changed my life. Like that was one of the turning points in my life where I realized I could get into doors. Like that's like a place where I like just go, just keep going.
But do you see where you are now? Like how do you feel about where you are now? Like
I want more. I want to do more. Obviously I just opened this about a year ago. This is super huge passion of mine is to make this work and grow and grow and grow. I want to put together some kind of foundation. Like if I could ever make enough money to give back, like send someone to barber school and help them grow, become a barber, or help someone invest in a sneaker reselling. Just something I'm good at where I could give back with some kind of like monetary, like something someone couldn't afford. And I believe they could like do it, and money's holding them back. I'd like to be the person to help them take the next step. If it's money or not, if I can help them in any way, I would.
that's beautiful.
That's really what I want to do. I want to help people. I was sick and in the hospital when I was younger, so people donated and helped and were there for things like that. So I just feel like
Really?
everything I have to do, I have to give back. I want to give back.
How
It's
old
not
were you?
always for me. I was 5 years old when I first got sick. I had twisted intestines, basically like a common disease in infants, and they didn't notice it. So like 5 years old, I started throwing up one night, and I was in the hospital for 2 years in a coma for like 6 months.
Really?
Wasn't supposed to be here today. I was legally dead for like flatline for 8 seconds. Just crazy things in my past. Everyone goes through something. I don't dwell on it. I don't talk about it. I have no small intestine. I shit a little more than everyone else. I'm not going to complain.
And that's where you think you have this, why you have this mindset
It
of
all comes
wanting.
from that. Doctors and nurses saving me. People being there on holidays. People donating their money and time. Gifts. I always had a Christmas. I always had a Halloween, even if I was unconscious. But yeah, that shit is why I do all this shit.
And that's why you want more, and you want to
Well,
be
I don't have
able.
enough to give what I feel like I should be giving. So I got to work harder to get more, to give more. I still want a good life. I still enjoy fashion. I still enjoy vacation. I don't go on as many vacations as I should. I go on like one a year. But I still enjoy myself when I do take time off of work. I go all out for myself.
And you invest and you want to help people. So I think that's what's the most important thing, and that's what's beautiful.
Definitely.
And that's why, man, I'm happy we got to do this because
Yeah, this was awesome.
this was
Definitely
awesome.
Random. I didn't expect it.
Not at all.
I was
Yes.
like, oh, Bucked Up's in town doing an interview. I'm like, oh, sick. Who? He's like, you. I'm like, oh, who else? I was like, maybe I thought it was like gonna be a little group talking, and I was like, nah, I didn't expect this. This is sick for me. Like, I'm a fan of yours.
Thank you, man. That means so. Shout out Mark. Shout out Exotic Roots.
Shout out Mark. Definitely made this happen. Shout out to you for coming to Rochester to our new barbershop. We got to get you to meet Mike.
Yeah.
That would be a crazy interview.
That would be a crazy interview.
Interesting person. Hardworking again. Talented dude.
And I got a fucking live haircut on the podcast. Thank you so much. Come say your Instagram. Come tag get in the camera and say your shit.
My IG is A Sanchez
You
underscore.
don't talk like that when you're in the shop.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? My IG is A Sanchez underscore the barber. 20 years old barber, just grinding every day,
20
man.
years old?
Trying to be consistent, yeah.
He works every day.
20.
He's really one of the hardest working people I
For
know.
real. Thank you for being a part of this.
Allow me to give you a haircut.
Man, dope as hell. This was a legendary podcast, one of a kind. Shout out you.
Shout out you.
Where can people, what's the address? Where can people?
Frank's Chop Shop, 127 East Ave, Rochester, New York. We're open Monday through Saturday till like 6 to 8-ish usually. Earlier in the week, close at 6.
In the shoe store?
Shoe store's open every day, 12 to 5. I'm always there if you need anything. That's where you're going to find me. I'm always there. Yeah, you need anything from toys, comic books, collectibles.
I just got
anything.
3 free pairs of Yeezys yesterday. I was so happy, bro. I was like, yeah.
I bet you did get some free Yeezys.
I did get some free Yeezys. Yeah, they were giving them shits out.
I got something. If you go to the store, I'll get you a shirt or something.
Oh, shit.
I'm not much for giving out stuff, and I don't even like Yeezys. So I'd much rather just
I mean, that would mean a lot. I would appreciate
I don't do the
that.
whole. I got respect for Kanye, whatever is going on right now, but I'm a strictly Nike.
You're a Nike guy?
150 pairs are Nikes, Jordans.
Really?
Yeah, black.
Damn, where's your shop? I want to check it out.
Yo, check it. It's right around the corner. It's
Oh.
121 Park
Right
Ave.
now.
Yeah.
That's right now.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. This has been dope. This has been Bucked Up.
Thanks a
Peace
lot.
out. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.